This detailed introduction. I will try to be very brief. What we did and what we have done, sessions with sessions on fundamental rights, and we organized those sessions in Sofia and Harmonly. In Sofia, there are 3 places, and the largest reception center in Bulgaria, this is in Harmonly. And this initiative was part of a larger project that we launched at the end of 2016, and it's about providing everyday entertainment activities and educational activities in the reception centers. And this we have always tried to be very flexible in our projects to meet the needs of beneficiaries. They're usually children or adolescents, and in Harmonly there are lots of women, so we have special activities for women. At the beginning of the project, when we had a larger number of people in the center, the focus was our focus was on entertainment, but over time the focus shifted to education, and then most children were well received in the educational system. They started learning Bulgarian. They started studying in Bulgarian schools, and at the same time, we offer Bulgarian language courses at the centers, and we then started helping children with their study at school, and then we decided to develop another project to meet some other needs for creating tolerance, familiarizing people with their fundamental rights, giving them information about what to do if they're discriminated against, and so on. So the aim was to organize weekly sessions on fundamental rights. There are differences, some small differences in the different places. For example, Harmonly, a topic was discussed over 2 weeks. In Sofia, every week was the same topic in all places in Sofia, but again, it depends on the needs of the people. And initially we did it just in July and August last year. Why? Just 2 months. Why wasn't it established? But just a pilot project. Because as the colleagues mentioned before me, it's not easy to teach to teach fundamental rights, and our staff that work in the field, they're not experts in human rights, and especially if you work with children, it's very difficult to teach this. So it took a lot of preparation. We were trained by UNICEF Bulgaria, so we had a training in human rights, children's rights. We had in-house trainings, workshops, in order to develop the curriculum, um, the topics. So it took a lot of preparation for us to organize this 2 months course. And the topics that we covered, actually some of them are discrimination, violence, bullying, harassment, stereotypes, freedom of religion, right to education, job, employment, decent living standard, and so on. The target groups, well, the main goal of this course was to educate people about their rights and duties in Bulgaria. Um, because obviously there was not enough information and awareness, and also the to in um, enhance tolerance among ethnic groups, because in some of the reception centers there are different ethnic groups, and also to provide people with technical knowledge about, for example, who to contact if they're victims of violence. Um, the participants were school children and adults, their parents mainly, because they mainly attended the courses. And all the sessions voluntary, so there are some adults were interested. So these are pictures from some of the sessions. Well, initially there were induction centers in Sofia and Harmony, and you can see the rights and responsibilities here. The rights, the duties in the classroom, and rights. Um, this session in this session, different children from different reception centers attended, and we discussed school violence. And you can see here the rights and obligations. We also have um, sessions for adolescents. We wanted to um, make the sessions more interactive, to explain to children how they can, um, where they can find a job, how they can start a job. Um, and here you can see people from the reception center in Harmony. There are different groups of people, some from Syria, some from Kurds from Iraq, and there were Arabs, there were people from Afghanistan. They presented different features and characteristics of their own cultures, and they found out that there were many common things between those countries. And we organized sessions on internet technologies and human rights. We also had external trainers that we invited. Um, you can see a picture from pictures from a session. This session was delivered by an internet security expert, and this is very important for the young people. Um, so we organized games, different entertaining activities. This is about stereotypes and the gender roles, prejudice, stereotypes on gender roles. Discrimination. And this was a session on hygiene. So we taught children about personal hygiene, but also we taught them how to feel personal responsibility for maintaining the environment and keeping the environment clean. And this is little garden that's was maintained by the children, and these are pictures for showing some of the activities, outdoor activities. And we had a partnership with the bread house in Sofia, so we had bread making as an activity. And this is a picture from a trip in Haskovo to Haskovo from Harmonley. So the idea was that the children took care of in this session, children took care of rescued dogs. So in order to teach attitude to animals, and many of the things that I showed are maybe off topic, but and not so much related to fundamental rights, but we tried to talk about a large scope of topics. And as the colleagues from Belgium said, the topic of fundamental rights can be discussed and taught in different ways by visiting museums, other places, instead of just delivering lectures. And also, one of the main challenges, apart from the fact that such sessions require a lot of preparation, was to hire interpreters, because actually many of the children speak good Bulgarian, but with these topics um, they there, there's some specific terminology, so the interpreters from the community working for Caritas or volunteers, they interpreted for us, provided interpretation. And also, one of the good methods to teach social orientation is to integrate it and also teach fundamental rights, was to integrate this topic in language courses, and this is what we're trying to do. Um, we are trying to mm, incorporate this topic at the reception centers and the integration centers, and we hope that after this, but actually after this a 2 month course, our colleagues continued with the topics of fundamental rights, and it was not always structured, not in regular sessions, but this training still goes on, and this means that we have ensured sustainability for our projects, and one of the main goals is to continue in a more formal way with sessions on human rights and also social orientation. And this is very good for Bulgaria.